Hey everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm Kellen Fisher. We're doing March Madness. I did not do a March Madness bracket, as you know. And I plan, though, to still do a championship or a Final Four video. Or maybe I'll do a Final Four and a championship video, probably most likely both. But I'm going to talk about this with the scores and the news and to get my opinion on things, because as you know, I'm a sports expert. Now, let's start off with the second round loss, Kansas and Gonzaga. Gonzaga beats Kansas, and what Bill Self, the coach of Kansas, had to say after the game might shock a couple of people. And he stated, "For the last month, I've been thinking about next season, to be honest," end quote. What does that mean? Many people are wondering what he means by that. Why isn't he focusing on the most important time of the year, March Madness, especially when your team's going to be in it in a 4 seed? Now, Kansas has underperformed this year. This is Bill Self's worst season coaching by far. And Kansas has high expectations, and he has to deliver. Second round knockout to Gonzaga, a 5 seed. Not good for him. But we will see. Maybe we'll get him to elaborate a little bit more on that, so we can all know what he means by that. But let's go ahead and go back, though, to the first round. There's a few games that we need to talk about. Oakland, Kentucky. I picked Kentucky in my bracket to win the whole dang thing, and they lost in the first dang round. I haven't looked at my bracket since, so I'm extremely disappointed about that. But I'll do better next year. Although I do have them playing UConn, and UConn's still in, and UConn will be playing on Sunday, March 24th, for their second round. And so that game was shocking. 10 threes by one person for Oakland. Oakland beats them, and they go on to play NC State. But let's go to Auburn and Yale. Auburn loses to a team that's known for, well, academics, but when it comes to sports, they're known for rowing. And they go to the second round with a chance to go to the Sweet 16. All they have to do is just get through the Aztecs. And the Aztecs, well, they know what the pressure's like. They were in the championship last year against UConn. And if UConn wins in the second round, and so do the Aztecs, we could see a Sweet 16 rematch of the 2023 National Championship. So that will be interesting if we can get that. But the only thing staying in the Aztecs way is Yale. But what's a double-digit seed that could go far? James Madison. The way they played against Wisconsin, if they play like that, they'll beat Duke. And if they beat Duke, well, then they're off then. If you beat Wisconsin and Duke, two top 30 basketball programs of all time. Don't take my word for it. Take the experts' word for it. And I'm not saying about myself. I'm saying the actual ESPN experts. But I think James Madison could go farther, a 12 seed. There shouldn't be a 12 seed. The people that did the bracket said, "Oh, this was the hardest bracket that we've had to make ever." Well, guess what? You did a terrible job at it. Let's just go ahead and say that. You did a terrible job. James Madison's not a 12 seed. They lost 3 games this entire season. That's not a 12 seed. That's a 1 seed. Although they're not a 1 seed because I know they're like 240 something. And it's in the toughest schedule rankings. So I get they don't play anybody, but you lost 3 games. That's really good. So that's a little disappointing, but going off of the first round, who looks like they're unstoppable and unbeatable? Baylor going 90 plus, Carolina, 90 plus. Or just good old UConn, hammering it down against Stetson. I think UConn's got a good path to going. But let's talk about Houston for a second. Houston's got a hard path. When the bracket first came out, there was, and then this was in one division, or one region, I should say. There was Houston, the 1 seed, Marquette, the 2, Kentucky, the 3, and then I remember thinking, wow, that must be really, really hard. Yeah, because guess what? Guess who the 4 seed was? The 4 seed was Duke, 5 seed Wisconsin, 12 seed. The 12 seed was a 3-loss team, James Madison. That's hard. It's hard, especially if a guy for Oakland making 10 threes and they're a 14 seed, or 13 or whatever it is. But this will be an interesting March Madness, an interesting Sweet 16. I'll tell you that. Who's going to win it all from what I've seen in the first round? UConn. Who will they play? Good question. Tennessee. One of the only SEC teams that could seem to get the job done in the first round, as Florida losing to Colorado, Auburn losing to Yale, and many more. Although, good job for Texas A&M getting the win against Nebraska. And that one Japanese player for Nebraska, what's his name? They call him the Japanese Shaq or whatever. He's really good. It was amazing seeing him play in the beginning, shooting lights out like usual. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm Kellen Fisher. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will see you all on another video. Goodbye.